Hi. This week I've seen something that I just really want to talk about, and it's made me really upset and frustratingly angry, and I just really want to talk about it. So recently scientists and all those sorts of people have come out and said that one of the best ways that we can fight coronavirus for ourselves is to make sure that we're in the best kind of possible health and be as fit and healthy as possible, which is fine, and that targets a whole load of different things such as smoking and drinking, and obviously weight as well, but that it doesn't just home in on the one thing. Fit and healthy can mean loads of different things, not just your weight. But the government has decided to launch this horrible scheme which has just covered the whole of the United Kingdom in this dark blanket of weight and weight loss, and using the word fat and putting it all over the screens of the news and everything. That's what's now been in the news all this week, and I've had enough of it. I just don't think the government realises its impacts of... Sorry, I'm losing my words. I'm so frustrated by this. I feel that this week has just been a complete deflection of actually how Boris Johnson is coping and all of his methods of trying to fight the coronavirus for us. Just coming in on the news with shorts on and going for a run isn't solving the coronavirus. Why are you allowing pubs and shops and things like that to open, and people are out on the beaches being close to each other but saying it's okay, all this can happen as long as you go out and lose weight? That does not make any sense. No, do not open the pubs, do not open all these things and allow people to do this if you think we're all at high risk because we're all fat. Now, I don't even agree with those words. There's so many there's so many triggering words. I'm going to try and not edit this, by the way, just to make it as real as possible. There's so many triggering words to so many different people, and these words like fat is one of them. It's really disgusting how that they're now going to go about trying to solve coronavirus by telling us all that we're overweight and that we should all lose weight. It's just disgusting. For a start, something that I've struggled a lot with is my weight and how I perceive my own body. That's not my own personal thing, but it's something that has been really difficult for me to cope with since I was about 14, and seeing all this in the news, that sometimes the way that my brain works is I take things very personally. So I see that on the news, you need to lose weight, so I think that that's me. I need to lose weight. I need to lose fat. I'm overweight, and that's how I promise you, and I'm telling you this, that is how a lot of people in the world, but especially for in the UK right now because it's to do with the UK, that's how a lot of people who are suffering from eating disorders and body dysmorphia will be feeling right now. What are we supposed to do? Are we what? Do you not care about us? Do you not care about the very vulnerable people, the people who haven't actually developed an eating disorder but will because of this? What do you expect us all to do? It's disgusting. It's really horrible and selfish and thoughtless. And I just can't believe that you think this is going to solve everything. No. And seeing Boris out there with his shorts on running, it's just ridiculous. Do you really think that that's going to solve all of our problems? It's not. And honestly, it does make me really happy that it's more towards England, so that maybe in Scotland we aren't seeing as much of it, but it's still on the news. It's still everywhere. And it's just horrible. There's also so many people that can't afford all this healthy food and to go to the gym. And I know you don't have to always go to the gym to lose weight, but there's families that can't afford to buy ingredients and whip up a really healthy meal every single night. What do you expect them to do? Who are just getting by on what they can afford buying, you know, multi-packs of things because they have children and they can't afford to buy fresh ingredients every day. They don't have the facilities to also, you know, cook like Gordon Ramsay and provide all this delicious food. What do you expect them to do? We don't all have chefs like you, Boris. We don't have, you know, all this money to be able to go and buy whatever we want, to be able to have the best nutrients and have all of the different food categories, whatever they're called, to be able to feed ourselves. How do you expect us all to carry on like that? I'm just baffled. I'm baffled at these people who are supposed to be leading us and are supposed to be intelligent and can actually run a country, and they're absolutely just destroying it. Absolutely destroying it. This is just something I feel really passionate about. And one of the main things that has come about this is that they're now going to put the calorie numbers on every menu in restaurants. Now, if you're wanting, Boris, to get everything back to normal and economics to, you know, or whatever it is, the economy to go back to normal because of coronavirus, well, the restaurants and all that are going to fail if you make them do that. Because again, people who struggle with calories and people who struggle with their eating, they're not going to want to go into a restaurant. There's been many occasions in my own journey, I suppose, of my own body that, yep, I do not go into restaurants because it's scary enough. Very scary enough, and it's just horrible. But now that there's going to be calories all over it, there's not a chance that I'm going in. Not a chance. And I'm not speaking just for myself. There will be many other people around that will be saying the exact same. And therefore the restaurants will just disappear. Because there will be nobody will be wanting to go in. And if you think that pushing calories in people's faces is going to make them go, oh my goodness, yeah, I'm going to lose weight. And oh, I know exactly what I'm putting into my body. You're wrong. You're so wrong. Because one, pushing calories in people's faces just makes them more paranoid about what they're eating, not more conscious, paranoid and scared about eating, and it will cause them to, again, develop eating disorders, and it just makes people sad. Have you thought about that? It just makes people sad. Having all over the news screens, oh, everyone's fat and everyone needs to lose weight and this is how many calories is in this. It makes people sad and angry. One massive thing about weight loss, which I think probably everything, you know, everything that's out there, Slim World and all that, things that I sometimes don't agree with, they will all say the same, that no one actually can force you to lose weight. It has to be from your own self. You can have all the healthy stuff in front of you, but you could still eat something that's not as healthy, that won't make you gain weight, that won't make you lose weight, because you're just not in the mindset. So do you really think that putting calories on the menus and putting it all over the screens on our news to lose weight and do all this is going to make everyone go, yeah, of course, this is what we've got to do. Of course. I'm going to go and do this. No. It'll make people sad. I just get so frustrated. There's so many things as well that we can do to prevent everyone dying from coronavirus, and this is what they've come up with. Something that will destroy the country more. Something that will make people so sad and will really be detrimental to our mental health. That's what they've decided to go with. And I'm just disgusted. I'm really disgusted. And I can't believe it. I actually just can't believe what I've seen this week. I understand that people will be trying to do their best for what they think the country needs. I understand that. And I'm not saying that I could do a better job than anyone, far from it. But I feel like people don't actually look at the bigger picture and think, right, what actually could we do? And this is the thing, by just putting calories on menus, do you really think that's going to educate people? No. And that's what we need to do. Education. Use our schools. And I know school's not exactly in right now, like on, but we need to use our schools. We need to have health classes and teach kids about the important ways of taking care of our body, not just hounding them with numbers and sizes. Teach them about cooking and teach them about healthy foods and also not healthy foods, and how it's okay to have both. Teach them about how every body size is okay as long as you are healthy. Things that aren't healthy is like smoking and drinking and drugs. People don't talk about that when they talk about health. Now, I don't see the problem with eating both healthy and non-healthy foods, because it's all about a balance, and it's teaching kids about a balance. Teach them the balance. Don't just put it on the news about that we're all fat, because that's horrible. And what do you think kids are doing right now looking at that? Teach them through physical education as well. I've loved sports my whole life, but there were times in physical education that I thought, we could be doing something better here. 50 minutes a week is nonsense. And sometimes we don't even do that much because of the facilities that we have or the budget the school has. We don't really do much. We should be having mandatory physical education for at least 2 hours a week in school. Constant. And even when we got to like 16 years old, I think, we then didn't have to take it. We were allowed to not take physical education, which is ridiculous, because then you've still got children who are then not getting physical education. They're still children. Why is nobody thinking about that to tackle the health of the UK? Do it in a safe environment, a safe way. Education, not just putting things in our faces to ruin us, basically. And I'm just really angry that these things have come about, and honestly it is really triggering and really worrying, because I don't want to see other people go down routes that they didn't have to go down, or they wouldn't have gone down, because of this silly thing that's come about. And I get a lot of help from charities that deal with stuff like this, like Beat, which I will link below, and they've been really, really good and supportive this week by sending me emails to help me and to say that they are working on it, and I'm really happy with that, really happy with it, because who is going to stand up for people that don't have a voice, because there's not as many of us compared to the amount that doesn't struggle so much with eating. And I hope there's a lot more of charities and people doing something to stop this, because it's just disgusting behaviour. And I never thought that I would have to be able to talk about this in this way. I mean, the mental health of everyone, especially kids, is probably going to be very affected from coronavirus and the lockdown that we've had to endure. But now this, what do you think is going to happen? We're all just going to be like, yay, la 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 la, we're all losing weight together, this is so much fun. No. Kids are going to be sad. They're going to be really depressed. They're going to be feeling all sorts of different things, and now they're looking at their own bodies and thinking, oh my goodness, I better lose weight. No. I just hope everyone is dealing with this okay. I know I'm not dealing with it okay, but if anyone needs anything, you should go to one of these charities and get information and help, because they will help you, unlike the government. And I just hope that my own government, my Scottish government, will not bring it here. And I plead with other governments and other councils and all sorts to please think about everyone in this situation. People who struggle with their weight and struggle with their body image, people who can't afford all these lovely foods that people are talking about that helps you lose weight, all these vulnerable people, and think about other things that you can do to actually deal with problems like this in society. And I'm sorry I've been such a rambling, angry mess, but it's been really, really rough seeing it in the news, and frustrating to see that is the solution that they've come up with for beating coronavirus. So wear a mask, stay socially distant, and eat what you want, basically. Goodbye.